Hello all. In this brief video, I want to offer just a few comments on James chapter 1, verses 12 through 18. And in this section, I believe James is still continuing to address the topic of trials and how we are to react to trials and hardship. He seems to be answering the question, why do the righteous suffer? Why do we experience trials and hardships? Now, in verses 5 through 11, his answer is that Christians experience trials in order to grow their character, to help them reach spiritual maturity. God allows trials and hardship. I think a clue as to why he writes verses 12 through 18, the section we're covering today, may be found in verse 16, where he says, "Do not be deceived. Don't be led astray, my beloved." It's as if someone among his readers is trying to lead these people astray in the midst of their trials and sufferings. How so? Well, perhaps some were blaming God for their trials and blaming God for their failures. And so James wants them to know that this is completely out of character for God. This is against his nature. God does not entice us to sin. Rather, sin originates from within. Our own desires give birth to sin, which eventuates in death, eternal spiritual death. So God is not to blame for our sins, and God is not to blame for our failures. He is not some ogre who is set out to ruin us. Secondly, it may be that others were denying that God was able to help. They were saying that he's powerless to help. Now think this through with me, especially in light of verses 17 and 18. If verse 17 is part of this continuing discussion of trials, how would it apply? Could it be that some were saying that cosmic forces were supreme and that they were rivals to the Creator? Are some looking to the stars as arbiters of human destiny, as part of some astral religion or some occult mystery? Well, James wants these people to know that they are not in the hands of fate. They are not in the hands of the universe at large. God is still powerful, he is still sovereign, and he is still able to help. He, after all, is the Father of lights, Father of the lights. He is the sole creator of the stars and the lights, to which some of these people were possibly tempted to worship, some kind of astral religion. More than that, he says, God has blessed us. Not only is he the sole creator of the lights, and not only is he sovereign, but he has willed to give birth to a new race of people who serve him. And they are a kind of first fruits of his creation. That is, they are noble and they have honor and they are devoted to serving him. So what James wants his people to know is that God is a generous giver, that he is sovereign, that he's not to blame. What we have in this section is really theology. This is a study of God. Again, James says we can face trials with joy because we see a purpose in them. Let's change our perspective toward trials and hardship would be the way we would apply this. And let's not blame God for our failures, and let's not see ourselves at the whim of the universe in the hands of fate. No, we are responsible for making choices that affect our destiny. And God, well, he has blessed us. Now, in verses 19 through 27, the remainder of chapter 1, James is going to talk about applying the Word. Such a key theme. I'll see you soon.